Good evening, everyone. I am Vishnu Ektab, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Wall Street Journal newspaper headline. So, first of all, US defeats Iran 1-0 to move to next round at World Cup. Next, Congress is poised to stop railroad strike. House and Senate aim to pass bill imposing labor pact to prevent any economic damage. Next, Treasury yield curve inverts to deepest level since 1981. Next, blackouts fuel anger resistance in Ukraine. Next, Beijing pursues COVID-19 protesters with surveillance. Next, electric cars have a charging power problem. Next on page number 2 in that US to backstops dollar 1 billion mortgages. Next, Alzheimer's drug shows benefit and risk. Next, home prices decline for third straight month. Next, inward yield curve depends. Then on page number 3 in that rates of death by guns up, man most at risk. Next, oath keepers convicted in Jan 6 plot. Next, DOJ sues Jackson miss over water crisis. NY major sets plan to tackle homeless mental health crisis. Next, over 1.1 million people in US have died from shootings since 1990. Then on page number 4 in that Biden top leader discuss funding deal. Next, Congress set to stop rail strike. Then on page number 5 in that Senate passes same sex marriage bill. Next, High Court considered Biden policy that narrow deportations target. Next, a MEF poll found 71% of Americans says they support legal same-sex marriage. Next, McConnell criticizes Trump over meeting. Next, Gasland Fracker pledged no contest. Next, shooting survivor sues Walmart. Next, water safe to drink again test show. Then on page number 6 in that Pentagon warns of China's nuclear chahe. Next, nuclear cache. Next, expanding arsenal will allow Beijing to thwart a US move to support Taiwan, report says. Next, Beijing tracks protesters. Then on page number 7 in that job woes amplify China protest. Next, Israel removes trouble unit from West Bank. Next, global poor lose services has debt payment increase. Then on page number 8 in that war economic woes top the agenda for Macron Biden visit. Next, NATO chief urges more Kiwi support. Then on page number 9 in that Bagad to help Iran with border security. Next, Qatar signs a deal to supply natural gas. Next, rocket carries 3 astronauts to space. Next, new commander takes over military. Next, Ukraine's cope with blackouts. Then on page number 10 in that Nevers hit college presidents. Sorry, nerves hit. I am repeating again. Nerves hit college presidents. Next, charging station hit bumps. Then on page number 11 in that no more dinner and a movie. Thrist minded debtors want list. Then on page number the next movie art collection screams rich jerk. Next on page number 12 in that tech recruiters suddenly seek job for themselves. Next, Cruise deal arrive ahead of the wave. Then on page number 14 in that US advances to round of 16 after a 1-0 win over Iran. The Americans will face the Netherlands in the World Cup knockout stage. Next, the goal that saved America. Next, huge freeze is back in the SEC at Auburn. Then next on page number 15 in that XI Jinping deal with the devil. Next, taking the high ground. Next, Congress unfinished business of Gen 6. Next, no dissent allowed at Hogan Lovells. Then on page number 16 in that China failed vaccine nationalism. Next, Congress has a railroad job. Next, new federal McMansion subsidy. Next, conservative will do just fine. Thank you. Next, no change needed to Thanksgiving editorial. Next, blowing the whistle on misconduct in crypto. Next, diplomats could not do worse than DC voters. Then on page number 17 in that Jimmy Lai faces communist justice. Next, the 4 biggest city will have black majors. Is that a big deal? Next, facts renew a narrative about crimes at HBCUs. Then on page number 19 in that AMC's networks prepares layoffs. Chief executive departs has it plans to terminate 20% of employees in the US. Next, drug firms Horizon receives takeover interest. Next, shopping surged on Thanksgiving weekend. Next, Nestle waits shedding peanut allergy therapy. Next, Musk attack on Apple setup battle fraught with risk to both. Then on page number 20, in that Kroger, Albertsons chief pledge to keep price low, protect the job. Next, Nestle may shared and drugs. Next, holiday sales lord millions. Next, AMC cuts workers has CEO exit. Then on page number 21, in that accounting probe prompts departure of Juventus board. Next, solar panel shortage snarls green energy plans in US. Then next on page 22, in that politics of social media uh, pressure Tesla. The automaker reputation has taken a hit. Surveys find, but customers are loyal. Then on page then next, Twitter's ex safety chief says he left when governance system went away. Next, attack on Apple sets up battle. Then on page number 23, in that China's startup seek global access. Next, Airbnb launches rental listing. Next, Montage or to lead carbon credit firm backed by TPG. Then on page number 24, in that housing group take on Wall Street. Next, Maxis host tin retailers Claria to in attempt to woo young shopper. Next, insurance cost rise chills Florida builders. Then next on page number 25, in that RBC to pay $10.1 billion for HSBC unit. Then on page number 31, in that S&P slips with focus on China Powell. Next, OPEC allies lean towards keeping production flat. Then on page number 32, in that car makers face bumps in China. Germany's auto powerhouses look exposed as EV upset established order in largest market. Next, postponed surgeries may hobble insurance companies. Next, Macau finally draws a winning hand. That much for today. Thanks for watching.